So you guys just had your first ever Comic-Con panel. How do you think it went?
That was probably the most fun single press event I think we've ever done in 5 years. Hands down. I mean, a great crowd. I really love the format. It was really fun. I have to say we've done a lot of different kinds of press for the show, but that was the one that I think is the most fitting to what the show is. And we were really flattered after all these years to finally be invited. We've been feeling like the girl that doesn't get asked to the prom for the last 4 years, so it was nice to be included finally.
And I also think that it's nice for the fans to see what it's like hanging around with all these people, and
it was definitely crazy.
Yeah, and you get a sense of this is what shooting the show is like. It is like shooting a comedy sporting event because you've got the stuff you think you're going to do, and then everyone starts talking, and then you go, oh no, now we're doing this, and then you're rewriting it, and things are flying fast and furious, but everybody goofing around like that is what it's like making the show, and it's also what we want the show to feel like when you're watching the show. And it's that, I'm hanging out with this funniest, wickedest, cleverest group of friends.
It feels very natural the way the show's set up. We know sometimes that some of the you bring in some of the stars even help write the show and stuff like that. With the amount of how do you guys make that decision? Do they just approach you with an idea, or is it you guys are included in the conversation? We're writing the script.
We write the scripts, the outlines. They're kind of the format's they're probably a 12, 15 page single space document that doesn't look like a final draft script, but they've got scene numbers and locations and stage direction and lots of dialogue in it. So when we're writing our scripts, we do that because we make this show for probably a lot less money than most shows that blow through here by far. I mean, we are way under $1 million an episode, and we shoot the entire each episode in 3.5 days.
All on location.
All on location.
It's great production quality.
Yeah, and so you kind of don't have time to get in there and dick around. So you have to have people think that it's all just sort of fly by the seat of your pants, but you couldn't conceivably do that. What is amazing is that without having sort of a really stiff network on our back that's micromanaging sort of every line of dialogue and make sure you say it this way and shoot the script, and all those things you hear, is we go in there and just try to make the best show we can. And where that comes from is all the amazing natural improvised dialogue that the cast brings to the table. So sometimes it's that they've got a way better joke than what's in the script, and sometimes it's honestly just the performance and the take on a line, which is so much more than just performance, that comes from writers who are performers, that they'll come in and interpret the script in a different way, and you get so much more out of it. As far as the episodes that the guys have written in the past, Nick and Paul had a desire to do that at the beginning, and they asked if they could come in and write an episode together.
It's an idea-based show, so it's always all right, what are the ideas?
It's all about that.
They write the show the same way we write the show, which is what are the funny ideas, and then let's figure out how to weave them.
They bring us the ideas, and we sit down together and we sort of make choices and do that hard work of sort of making sure that structurally it all makes sense and there's a beginning, middle, and end.
But the reason why the show is as funny as it is there's a lot of time spent making sure the outline's funny, and then you've got the cast is all writers, and they're all generating content, and we're all we're all going through a live rewrite together every day for every scene. So you're seeing it started like this, and now we're adding this, and we're adding this. Oh, we don't need that. That's no good. And then we're talking about this now. Paul should pull out his phone, and he's got a list of slams. Okay, well, let's do that. It's so you never know when the scene starts what you're going to end up with, which is amazing, and it's always better than we think it's going to be because the cast is so fucking talented.
With that in mind, you show the clips of football going on and stuff like that. Are those episodes filmed ahead of time and then you go back and insert that, or is that because it's that close to your
We do
filming?
both. Sometimes we're guessing, and sometimes we have the luxury of going back and putting it in.
The Ogletree one last year, and specifically.
That was a
amazing.
total
right.
prediction.
Are you serious?
Completely.
Yes. Total credit. We're literally sitting in the bar. This is a month and a half before that game. We're sitting in the bar a month and a half before the opening game, which was Giants and Dallas for you guys. Giants playing Dallas, and we need Pete to pick a player off the free agent scrap heap that no one would have ever played.
And where that came from is when we were shooting with the Dallas Cowboys, I have a really good relationship with a few of the agents, and so we were talking about, hey, we need more players. Remember in that episode we were featuring people kind of in the, we ended up having Jason Witten and Felix and Brandon Carr coming at the end. So when we brought in Brandon Carr at the end, we talked about bringing in Ogletree because everyone said that he was working out and he looked great. So all the agents on the sidelines during during the workouts, we're buzzing about Ogletree. So in Jeff, I'm like, oh, everybody's talking about Ogletree. And then we went and we decided, let's take a fly. Let's talk about Ogletree. Maybe everybody's right because he did look
Well, we
great.
did guess two
That's
Ogletree,
amazing.
two touchdowns.
The two touchdowns is crazy. I don't even know. how he got
2 months, like a month and a half later, we're finished shooting somewhere else, and we're driving home listening to that game.
Cannot believe it.
And he scored two touchdowns. And we literally called the editor and going, "Put that in on their faces. We want credit for this."
I mean, it's
like,
crazy.
We guessed right, and we literally you sit there like that. Same thing. The episode you're about to see this week. Mark Pete needed to pick up two players for the Monday night game, Atlanta Jets, and he picks up Harry Douglas and Kellen Winslow. He just needs a few points. Kellen Winslow scores a touchdown. Now he's in NFL jail for PEDs, but that week and we guessed right again. And it is what LaJoie was saying at the Comic-Con panel. It's like, if we can guess that, why is my team not better?
I was just gonna say you gotta have awesome teams.
She does.
She does.
I stink this year.
I don't tinker.
Yeah, I
I
tinker.
don't tinker.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
tinker. That's my advice. Don't tinker.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.